This is Matador News, and these are today's headlines. Images of some Texas shooting victims and new details about the gunman have emerged. After recent name change announcements, P. Diddy is once again making the internet go wild.
Hello and welcome to Matador News. I'm James Farr.
And I'm Erika Villalvazo.
Syria has announced its plans to join the Paris Climate Accord, leaving the United States as the only country not to sign the deal. Last month, Syrian lawmakers approved a draft ratifying their decision to sign the agreement. This move has the Trump administration under more fire. Trump's decision to withdraw from the agreement in June drew condemnation from foreign leaders and environmental groups. 196 countries have either signed or ratified the agreement.
President Trump is visiting the Korean Peninsula, calling on leaders throughout the world to demand that North Korea end its missile programs. After meeting with South Korean President Moon Jae-in just miles from North Korea's border, Trump says the U.S. is prepared to strike if necessary.
We have a nuclear submarine also positioned. We have many things happening that we hope, in fact, I'll go a step further, we hope to God we never have to use.
The president says nuclear force should be a last resort.
Today's election day all across the country. In New York City, incumbent Democratic Mayor Bill de Blasio is seeking re-election. Republican Ed Gillespie is hoping to win the governor's seat in Virginia, but faces from tough competition from Democrat Ralph Northam.
This race is very, very close. Every vote is going to count today. I hope my supporters get out and vote because it's going to make a huge difference. It's going to be a close contest, I suspect, but I feel like the momentum is there.
In New Jersey, Democrats are poised to reclaim the governor's mansion from Chris Christie. A special election in Washington for a state Senate seat could flip that chamber into Democratic hands. Voters should familiarize themselves with their voting rights laws, the policies and candidates, and polling places near them.
New details are emerging about the Texas church gunman. A police report showed the shooter allegedly escaped from a mental health facility in 2012 while in the Air Force. The man who killed 26 people at a Texas church on Sunday was found by police at a bus station while trying to flee the treatment center. He was sent there after he pled guilty in a military court to assaulting his wife and baby stepson. The shooter also made death threats to his superiors and attempted to smuggle weapons on base. Texas Department of Public Safety Regional Director Freeman Martin says the motive is still unclear.
And we have no reason to believe that this crime was politically motivated or based on religious beliefs. We have no reason to believe that.
Police say they have been unable to unlock the gunman's phone and have sent it to the FBI laboratory for examination.
A former student of Soka University of America in Aliso Viejo has been arrested after threatening a killing spree in YouTube videos. David Kenneth Smith was arrested last week on suspicion of making criminal threats. Smith sent emails to a professor in a feud, which escalated until he sent a video that showed him talking about the school with a semi-automatic pistol on his chest. Smith's YouTube channel included multiple videos where he expressed his desire to engage in a killing spree. Smith's landlord says she is not surprised by the allegations. She says Smith was extremely violent and often talked about guns. Students at the small campus say they are on edge.
Florida State University President John Thrasher has announced the suspension of all Greek life on university's campus.
I'm imposing an indefinite interim suspension on all fraternities and sororities at FSU. During this time, fraternity and sorority chapters will be prohibited from holding new member events, council or chapter meetings, chapter organized tailgates, chapter events such as socials, philanthropy, retreats, and intramurals.
The suspension follows several incidents involving fraternity members, including the death of 20-year-old Andrew Coffey, who was found unresponsive after a house party. Thrasher says for the suspension to end, there will need to be a new normal life for Greek life at the university.
Reports of rape have gone up here on CSUN's campus. Here's Matador news reporter Lupe Castro with more on the story.
Thank you, James. CSUN's annual security report says the reported rapes tripled in 2016. 14 rapes were reported last year, which includes 4 that allegedly occurred in 2015 and 2 in 2014. CSUN's Director of Equity and Diversity, Susan Hua, told the Daily News that's actually a positive trend in terms of seeing numbers of reports going up, because that really signals that people feel comfortable and trust in the system of accountability. Local news trucks, including KTLA and ABC7, came by CSUN today to cover this story. We asked students who live on campus how they feel about their safety. Statistics show the rapes are mainly acquaintance rapes occurring in the dorm.
Well, I mean, I feel pretty safe. Nothing has really happened, and there's always like campus security and stuff taking care of us, so anything we need, we could just go to them, or police on campus and stuff.
We were mostly informed by our parents to never be alone after dark, and but when we were in orientation, we were told that if we do feel unsafe to walk into our car or anything, just to click the blue light, and then they'll come in 30 seconds, I think it was, the response time, and they will escort you to your car or anything. And I've seen friends do that, and they feel much safer in that way.
CSUN students should contact the campus police station whenever they feel unsafe or locate the nearest emergency post. Now let's hear from Jesyka with the latest in sports.
Thank you, Lupe. The Kings and the Ducks face off tonight for the first time this season at the Honda Center in Anaheim. The Kings come off a 4-3 overtime loss against the reigning Western Conference champs, the Nashville Predators, at home last weekend, while the Ducks fell to San Jose Sharks in a shootout loss on the road. Both teams are heading in opposite directions of each other. The Kings have risen to the top of the Pacific Division, while the Ducks are missing key players due to injury. They have lost 3 in a row and are sitting in the cellar. Josh Gordon took more than just body shots, literally. The NFL wide receiver told GQ magazine he used drugs or alcohol as a ritual before every game. Gordon was suspended for all of the 2015 season and 4 games of the 2016 season for substance use. He decided to check into rehab and miss the rest of the 2016 season. The commissioner of the NFL reinstated Gordon last week and said he can start playing next month for the Cleveland Browns. The Dodgers aren't losers in every way. Dodgers and the Astros made up a majority of the MLB award nominations. Cody Bellinger and Dave Roberts are finalists for Rookie of the Year and Manager of the Year. All-Star Bellinger broke the rookie record with 39 home runs in National League. Roberts managed the team to its best record in LA history. Awards are handed out based on regular season accomplishments. Nominees were announced yesterday on the MLB Network. Now let's check in with Jiani Navarro on entertainment.
Sean Combs, also known as P. Diddy and temporarily known as Brother Love, is now telling his fans his recent name change was just a joke. The name change caused an uproar, and fans did not hesitate to let Diddy know of their disapproval. Diddy made his first PSA via Twitter on Saturday for his 48th birthday, but 2 days later posted a video on Instagram to set the record straight. The rapper said that Love was just one of his alter egos. The Harlem native made it clear that he doesn't care what he's called. If you want to call him Brother Love, it's fine by him. Sia may not like to show her face, but she's not too shy about showing her other parts. The Chandelier singer, known to perform with her wig covering her face, posted a nude image of herself. Sia has made it known that her effort to hide her face is for self-protection. Sia only posted the photo after someone allegedly tried to sell naked photos of her to her fans. Her caption said, "Save your money, here it is for free. Every day is Christmas." Every Day is Christmas is also the name of her singer's upcoming Christmas album. The world of hip-hop is united for Meek Mill. The Philly rapper was sentenced to 2 to 4 years in prison on probation violations at what many say is the height of his career. The ruling came to a shock even to the prosecution, since 2 of the charges that led to his sentence had been dropped. Prosecutors say he has been clean since January, and they didn't recommend jail time. But Philadelphia Judge Janice Brinkley sentenced him anyway. Meek Mill had been on probation since a 2008 gun and drug charge when he was 18. Fellow rappers believe Meek Mill's prison sentence highlights the flaws of the justice system. 8 Bad Moms Christmas hit theaters this past weekend, and it did pretty darn good. The young moms gone wild are back for a Christmas special, but this time they are being bad daughters. The film stars Mila Kunis, Kristen Bell, Katherine Hahn, along with their respective mothers played by Kristen Baranski, Cheryl Hines, and Susan Sandoran.
Remember when the holidays were actually fun? Let's take Christmas back. Mom.
Where's your tree?
I didn't want to waste time Christmas tree shopping. I actually just wanted to enjoy Christmas this year.
Amy, you're a mom. Moms don't enjoy, they give joy. That's how being a mom works.
Bad Moms ranked second in the box office after Thor, which made over $120 million on the weekend of its release. Now let's go back to Jesyka with health.
Flu shots may not be as effective as we think. Last year's flu shot protected only 1 in 5 people. This year's vaccine may be just as ineffective. Every year, the flu virus mutates. Researchers found their methods of using chicken eggs to prepare vaccines causes the virus to mutate even more. They say it's the mutation that made the vaccine perform poorly last year. Growing the vaccine in an egg is a slow and tricky process that leaves room for error. Only 2 vaccines in the U.S. are not made in eggs, Flucelvax and Flublox. A researcher from the University of Pennsylvania believes non-egg vaccines will be a better way to protect people from the flu. If you're interested in buying the new iPhone X, you better plan on buying a case as well. Matador News reporter Karina Vargas is in the newsroom with more.
The iPhone X is now available, and it's also the most expensive iPhone Apple has ever released. The iPhone X ranges from $999 to $1,500. This is Apple's first smartphone to feature a full-screen display with an all-glass design. But a series of durability tests have shown that after the first drop test, the iPhone X shattered and became unresponsive. This is raising questions among CSUN students about whether the iPhone X is even worth it.
Right now I have the iPhone 7, and I love iPhone. I just feel the 10 is just too big. I don't personally like the Plus either. It's just too big in my opinion, but a lot of people like the Plus. So.
Only difference is like the back is like with the glass, and like as you said, like it's still gonna shatter. So like, what's the point of buying it? You know?
I prefer a Samsung just due to like the creativity you get. You're allowed more freedom than you are with an iPhone.
I've never been a fan of iPhones, and I always thought they were overpriced when Samsung could do a little bit more than iPhones.
I think once they start getting new ones, that's why I don't update my phone. It starts to get more glitches.
Users say every new iPhone release and software update causes its older iPhones to slow down. Planned obsolescence is the theory that manufacturers intentionally build products to break down within a few years, forcing consumers to buy new ones or, in Apple's case, to upgrade. But there is no proof that shows Apple engaging in planned obsolescence. Despite some negative reviews, there are some people who can't wait to get their hands on the new iPhone X. Let's go back to the studio where Jiani has more business news.
Chipmaker Broadcom is attempting to take over Qualcomm Inc. in a $103 billion deal. If it goes through, this would be the biggest tech deal ever that could reshape the mobile phone hardware industry. The company stock sits roughly 10% below the $70 per share being offered by Broadcom. Broadcom says it has a strong desire to work with Qualcomm to reach a mutually beneficial deal. A Broadcom-Qualcomm merger would create the dominant supplier of chips sold around the world this year. Broadcom may make its pitch directly to Qualcomm shareholders if the board rejects the offer. Qualcomm says it will review the proposal but are willing to do whatever it takes to fight it. Now let's go to James for weather.
It's starting to feel like fall. It is sunny today with a high of 75 degrees and a low of 59. This weekend will be partly cloudy with highs in the 70s and lows in the 50s. Get your snowboards ready because Mammoth Mountain is opening today. This weekend there will be highs in the 40s and lows around the 20s. You can keep your surfboards ready because the beaches will be mostly cloudy with highs in the 60s and swells creating 3-foot waves.
Sure, we're used to babies in high chairs, but have you ever seen a puppy in one? Tink, a Labrador retriever, has a rare condition called megasophagus. The food and water she eats never makes it all the way to the stomach. For her food to be properly processed, she needs to sit in an upright position. That is why Tink sits in a high chair during mealtime. The puppy has been eating out of what is called the Bailey chair since she was 9 weeks old. Sadly, the survival rate for megasophagus is low. The disease is more common in dogs than cats. Tink's family says information from online support groups have given the puppy a second chance.
That's all for the news today. I'm James Farr.
I'm Erika Villalvazo.
I'm Giani Navarro.
And I'm Jesyka Dunn. Thank you for watching Matador News.